Hello and welcome to the innovation stage. My name is Kyle McLeod and I'm the product marketing manager with Emerson for our connected power solutions. Today I'll be presenting on how to improve your overall equipment effectiveness with Emerson's connected power solutions. I want you to think about the last time that you did some online shopping. This happens pretty much daily at my house. How many of you have online shopped in the last 24 hours? Okay. How about last week? Probably everyone, right? So you're probably sitting on your couch, maybe thumbing through social media or on your favorite e-commerce site, found something you liked, maybe it was a t-shirt or a pair of shoes, put it in your cart, purchased it, and then maybe a few days later it showed up on your doorstep. Pretty efficient. That's the new way of life for shopping. Have you ever stopped and thought how that product got to your doorstep so quickly? Well, there's distribution centers throughout the US, specifically and throughout the world, that are constantly running product through it to get it to your doorstep in a matter of time. They're very efficient. But have you ever wondered how those distribution centers are so efficient? Well, the answer is automation. Inside those distribution centers, there's a lot of automation, including robots, conveyance systems, sensors, and scanners that take your product from your order and to your door. But what if a failure happens in that distribution center? What if there's a power abnormality? What if there's a power outage? Well, you probably won't get that package on time, and other packages will be delayed. Equipment failures are a major concern for facilities these days. So understanding the health of your equipment is extremely important to make sure your facility runs efficiently. These failures can create one of the worst nightmares for manufacturers. That's unplanned downtime. But what if your equipment can communicate with you like you do when you're starting to feel sick? I know when I'm starting to feel sick, I change some of my habits. I may drink more water, try to get more sleep. But what about your equipment? A lot of times your equipment can't tell you when things are going wrong. So if you're able to improve the communication with your equipment, this hopefully could allow you to improve the performance, the availability, and the quality within your facility. And those metrics make up overall equipment effectiveness, or OEE. Well, let's focus on availability. Your facility can't run to its true capacity unless its equipment is running to its true potential. The main cause of decreased availability is unplanned downtime. That's when your equipment shuts down without you planning it or knowing it. Pretty simple. I want to read you a stat about a recent study that was done with Vance and Bourne. They surveyed, I think it was over 10,000 companies, and they found that 82% of those companies have experienced unplanned downtime. And out of that 82%, that costed those facilities over $50 billion annually. That's a large number. And the amount of downtime that came out of those facilities, 42% of it was due to hardware and equipment failures. I actually heard a quote recently. I heard it on TNT. Charles Barkley was talking about how a lot of these new basketball players are never on the court. They're often injured. They're doing this resource restraint. But I looked into the quote and found that Bill Parcells kind of made it famous. That quote is, "The best ability is availability." Pretty straightforward, right? It's very, very present on the basketball court or football field, but also in your facility. So my goal here is to share how facilities can reduce unplanned downtime by implementing predictive maintenance for their control power solutions. Power interruptions and failures can be very detrimental to a facility. They result in unplanned downtime, facility shutdowns, production losses, and even the risk of safety to your personnel or the environment. Most of these outages last around 4 hours, and they can cost up to $2 million depending on the industry. With Emerson's Florida Cloud Solutions, you take field devices tied with hardware, software, and services to create a digital transformation that spans floor to cloud. This helps to provide essential insights into critical applications and allows machines to harness critical data So at the floor level sit smart devices that can provide insightful data to improve your overall equipment effectiveness. So to understand the health of critical control power and power protection products, we can use connected power solutions from SolaHD. This allows you to connect your critical DIN rail power supplies and uninterruptible power supplies to your OT network, and it'll allow you to have active alarming, diagnostics, and control variables. This will allow you to reduce unplanned downtime due to failed devices and increase awareness of the power disruptions, which will allow you to support true root cause analysis when problems occur. So the ability to predict the health of the control power devices with diagnostic data, this allows you to move from a true time-based maintenance to predictive maintenance. Now you can actually schedule the replacements of your product based on the true health of the product itself, not just purely on time-based. So this shift to predictive maintenance will reduce the overall unplanned downtime for your facility. So this predictive maintenance not only reduces failures, but it optimizes the entire maintenance process for your facility. Thing to think about predictive maintenance is with automotive. So your cars, right? Everyone has a car, everyone drives a car. If you think back to the 70s and 80s, there was not a lot of predictive maintenance in your vehicle. You saw a lot more cars broken down, but now in your car, your sensors and digital sensors are feeding you information at all times. I know I was driving the other day and I was given an alarm that one of the tire pressure in my front tire was down. So I stopped, went in, filled it up, and I'm back to running smoothly. Back in the 80s, I remember from a road trip with my dad driving down to Florida, he probably had a tire that was a little low on pressure, didn't realize it. Next thing you know, we're on the side of the road because he had a flat tire. So predictive maintenance could have saved that unplanned downtime in a vehicle. It's the same present with your products and your equipment in your facility. So not only does it allow you to do maintenance, but it also allows you to avoid the unnecessary work. Predictive maintenance keeps everything running smoothly and efficient. We had a customer claim that by having connected power, it allowed them to improve the overall preventative maintenance rounds for their maintenance folks and also improve the engineering output. So not only does it improve the efficiency of your facility, but it also improves the efficiency of the personnel within the facility. So SolaHD's connected power suite allows for improved monitoring and predictive maintenance. This allows you to track trends, present alarms, and this is all done via your standard industrial protocols. That includes Ethernet IP, Modbus, and HART, and also EtherCAT and Profinet with our UPS line. Let me tell you a quick story about an e-commerce customer of ours that really reduced the amount of unplanned downtime in their facility with connected power. So, one of these facilities, or a lot of these new distribution facilities, are being built in more rural areas, suburban areas where land is plentiful, but power is not necessarily great quality, right? So there's a lot of power blips, brownouts, and even blackouts. So this specific application, they were using our UPSs on their main conveyance line and then connecting them with Ethernet cards. So it allowed them to actually command and provide controlled shutdowns to their equipment via the UPS. So that actually happened. So there was a power outage in the facility. The UPS switched over to battery to keep the product running, but it actually did a controlled shutdown. And so when the power came back, you were in a true shutdown mode. Everything was able to start up as if you were starting up from day one. This actually reduced the amount of unplanned downtime by 80% for that specific facility. So now this e-commerce customer of ours is standardizing connected power on all of their major critical conveyance systems. So lastly, Florida Cloud is Emerson's way to integrate digital transformation technology to optimize your operations. This gives you real-time data acquisition on the floor with powerful analytics. This enhances your overall operational efficiency, reliability, and improved decision-making. The ability to connect the physical assets to the digital world enables predictive maintenance, energy management, and process optimization. So by embracing predictive maintenance with your connected power solutions, you can achieve unprecedented levels of efficiency and reliability. So the power to predict and prevent disruptions is now in your hands. So let's make unplanned downtime a thing of the past and unlock the best ability for your facility, availability. We do have a demo here in our booth showcasing the connected power solutions, and stop on by if you're still here at the show, and we can give you more insight on how these products can help out your facility. Again, I'm Kyle McLeod, Product Marketing Manager with Emerson. Thank you.